It's 2023. What do I focus on? Hey there, Enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Ligo here again. And in this video, I want to talk to you about what to focus on to profit massively in 2023. All right, did I get your attention with the gator? I had it on because, as you can see, I'm not here from my normal workplace, not my office or my home in paradise. I'm actually here in the snowy mountains of West Virginia with my teenagers and other groups of young people from our church. We're on a ski trip. As you can see, I got the slopes back here, and it is absolutely amazing. Been out here snowing and skiing and enjoying a great time up in the snowy mountains. And it's incredible, but I got to keep it short and sweet just because there's a lot of wind out here. But I didn't want to miss the opportunity to drop some knowledge to you because it is the end of 2023 practically, okay? Today's actually, at the time of this video, at the time of this recording, this is my birthday. And so I thought, what better gift to give to myself than to drop some knowledge bombs for you and take some time out of my day where I'm enjoying a ski trip on my birthday with my kids to give you some good hard-hitting knowledge in terms of how to absolutely succeed in your business. And what better way to talk about success than to give you the focal points as to what you should focus on if you want to profit massively, okay? So let's go ahead and get right into it. Number one is cultivation. That's right, I said cultivation, okay? Now when you think of cultivation, what do you think of? You think of a garden. Now don't worry, if you don't have a green thumb or you don't care for gardening whatsoever, if you never planted a plant or a tree in your life, don't worry about this. But I think you get the idea. When I talk about cultivation, the first thing that comes to your mind is a garden, right? You kind of have to grow the field. You have to nurture and till the ground, okay? And that's exactly what you should do when it comes to your business, because ultimately what it comes down to is growing and nurturing the right kind of audience, all right? And so that's what cultivation refers to in this sense. It's all about building and nurturing the right type of audience, because if you have the right type of audience that is dialed in and dialed into you, then anytime that you make a recommendation, it's almost like you're not selling anything. People who tune into you will absolutely do business with you over time, and many times they'll do it time and time and again. And so really what you have to do is focus in on the type of audience that you want to have. Oftentimes, if you've ever been to a seminar before, especially in the internet marketing world, they always tell you to start with the who. And this is what they mean. They're really talking about dialing in the people that you want to serve, the people that you want to sell to, the people that you can help. These are the people that you can offer a solution to a hurting problem or a massive hurt and pain in their life. When you can fix that problem or give them education information that empowers them to do it themselves, this is how you build an amazing audience. So start with number one, cultivation. Number two, conversion, okay? Conversion. It's all about how can you sell. It doesn't matter how many leads you get in, although that's important. And I'm all for marketing and bringing in leads. I'm all for visibility. But ultimately, no one gets paid until a sale is made. And you've heard me say this many times before. So really tweaking it in on your conversion process is exactly what's going to take you from broke to being successful to being massively successful in the days ahead. Now, when it comes to conversion, sometimes the issue is not the process, but it's also some of the smaller details that you have in your entire system. You've heard me say it before. Sometimes what makes the biggest difference in conversion for me has been changing the font on my landing page, or maybe changing the color, or maybe tweaking the sales video. Maybe the VSL was a little bit longer than it should have been, and these little details could certainly play out. Now, I encourage you to dive into your business and see where your pain points are so you can figure out where exactly to focus your attention on what to adjust in order to achieve a high conversion rate. And for some people, sometimes the conversion process comes down to the actual sales team. And this is kind of one of the things that I've experienced as well before, where maybe you're used to doing all the selling yourself. You're doing all the telling, the selling, and the closing by yourself, right? And that certainly has its weight, because if you believe in a product, you know, many times you're the best salesperson and you can definitely close those deals better than anyone can. But there comes a certain point where if you want to be successful on a massive level, where that might be one of those things that it's time to delegate and to hand off to a sales team, and that way they can close more. One of the tremendous blessings that I have seen in my business is that I've been able to work with a lot of companies in the past and even now, where they have dedicated high-ticket sales teams attached to them that actually work on my behalf. And if you think about the power of that, I used to be the guy who used to call and close every single person just because I know of my closing rate, I'm confident in my ability, I believe in the product or service I'm selling, so no one can close it better than me, right? But the reality is I'm just one person. And if you think about how long it takes to actually get on the phone or meet in person and get the deal closed, while it's worth it, is it really worth it in the big scheme of things? Could I be on a trip like where I'm at now, a ski trip, enjoying some amazing slopes for hours and hours every single day with my teenagers if I was on the phone closing somebody. It really doesn't make sense. Whereas if you have a team in place or work with a company who does, you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 closers, salespeople that are on the phone closing those tickets for you. And at that point, you can just do the math and just see that it's academic. When you have those many people that are closing the deals for you, even if you give them a cut of the commission, you can see that you still walk away with the lion's share of the profit, and it's a lot bigger in a shorter amount of time than if you were to do it yourself. So consider that as you're tweaking your conversion process. Number 3, and finally, collaboration. All right, collaboration. And this right here is one of those kind of sleeper secrets that could definitely do the big thing for you in terms of blowing up and hitting massive success. Now, you've often heard me say before, sometimes it's not what you know, but who you know that can make the biggest difference in your business. And this is it. Looking for opportunities to collaborate with other people and bring people in and work with the right kinds of folks in business, in similar niches and similar fields, is really what's going to get you a maximum amount of exposure in a minimal amount of time. And so looking to see other people that play in different ponds that you can latch onto, as it were. Not in a mooching type of way, but if you can just latch on and work with the right types of people and generate a buzz together, it's amazing to see the kind of results that can come out of those efforts. I can think of multiple examples in my life and in my business, not the least of which is really just using these things of working with influencers, as we call them, even when I was just looking for basic traffic to get to my initial offers when I was beginning. Relatively speaking, I actually found this to be a very affordable form of traffic as opposed to paying for pay-per-click ads or solo ads or something like that. Working with the right type of influencers just to get my message and my offer in front of their audience's eyeballs, and watching the traffic that came in from that and the conversions that came from that, that really spoke volumes to me. And now to think that here I am several years later, still working this type of strategy and this type of angle when I'm trying to work with people and collaborate with individuals, it really is amazing to see the kind of exposure that you can get. I can think of one particular example as well, another year or two back, where I was preparing this big launch with these 2 other individuals. And we were preparing for the launch of a certain type of network marketing company that was coming into our area, into the States. And so we were kind of prepping for it, and we're going to do this big team launch together. And while it never saw fruition because the company went under, like a lot of network marketing companies do, it went under before we could actually launch it. I'll never forget the amount of buzz that we were able to create just by creating content on a collaborative level. What we were doing is basically we started a Facebook group, a Facebook community that was going to be our collective downline. And what we did is start inviting people, and we started creating content on a massive level. Each one of us had an assignment, and we understood the assignment, and we executed on that assignment. And before you long, we had people ready to join our downline, ready to join our team long before this thing went live. It's amazing. When I think about this, I mean, our auto recruiting funnels were already stacked to the brim with potential prospects and clients that wanted on board just because we were creating content on a collaborative level. Each one of us was working together. There was synergy involved. There was high energy involved. And again, people were already on board long before this thing ever got started. I can only imagine how well we would have done if that company didn't go under. But here you go. You see my point. Find people to work with. In this business, I firmly believe that it's not about competition, but collaboration. The more that you can bring in, the more people that you can work with, again, like-minded individuals, same type of mission, same type of niche, then everyone achieves more. It's not less, it's more. Collaboration is where it's at. All right, my friends, that's it for me today. I hope that you found this helpful. I got to go ahead and get it back out there. I'm actually going to go inside and warm up a little bit because it is extremely windy and cold. And then I got to get suited up to get back on the slopes. My teenagers are still out there. I got to catch up to them and enjoy the rest of my birthday. Listen, I want to thank you again for tuning in. I want to thank you for your support of the channel. So make sure that you continue to spread the word and share this with someone who you think might get value out of this. You know what to do. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. Also, if you hadn't had a chance yet to start your own wildly profitable online business, let me show you how. Go ahead and click on the link below, or you can go to digitalfreedomjumpstart.com, and that is my home study course, the greatest course ever on how to start an online business, even if you have no experience and minimal investment. I can show you how to do it. Watch over my shoulder how I show you to do exactly what I'm doing now to crush it in my business, where I can be out here enjoying times like this. That's it for me, my friends. I'll see you next time. Take care.